Hiya, welcome back. This is part 2 of today. The first stream had technical difficulties, so we're back with this part. So head on over to part 1, where I was just talking about planning out your colours. And this is part 2 of today. Hopefully, YouTube will be kind to us and we won't have any more disruptions in sound. I am so sorry, it is unavoidable. Oh. And Siri's answering me. Hi everyone. I was so sorry. You know what it's like? It's like a game. We're like, which one's next? Let's pop on over. Okay, so we're going back to cool grey, and this is 70%. This is Prismacolor, and we're just layering out and blending out the edges of the warm grey. Yeah, there's always something, isn't there, with our YouTube? So we just know by now. It's like a game of cat and mouse. We find each other in the end. Okie dokie. I don't know why. I'm not quite sure what happens. Maybe it's an internet thing. It happened before, it's happening again. I mean, it's just something I have to just deal with. It's a free platform, right? So we can't moan too much. It's a free show, so we can't. Hi, Starbuck. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. We kind of just got to roll with when it goes wrong. And yeah, as I said, we get it for free, so we can't moan too much, can we? I mean, there's other platforms that would probably charge. It would be great to find something that doesn't have any disruptions, but I think for now we just have to just roll with it. I'm so sorry, Shannon. Their poor little ears. We don't hear it this end. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Poor ears. Their poor ears. Okay, so if you were on the end of the last stream, I do try and mute the sound for you, but I don't think that quite works. So I do apologise for any sound issues that may have hurt those poor ears of yours. YouTube can be a nightmare. Okay, and then I'm going to come over to my 10% French grey and just go and sort of blend this edge out. Might be a bit too light, actually. No, I'm not going to use that one. Okay, let's go over to 30% warm grey. Don't worry about the French grey. Take that out. Did I take the thing? Yeah, let's go for that one. Sorry, that was too light. Let's go over to this one. That's better. And then we'll blend it out together. So just kind of join it on the end of everything and then we'll blend. And yeah, it should work. It should work because we want it in the distance. We want this one darker, right? So we don't want this in anything else. I know, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, my streams are making you sick. That's not good. But as I said, it's a free show. You know, we can't moan too much. So I try not to make an issue out of it, although it bugs me. Okay, so I'm just going to go over that. So I will blend this one out a little bit. And I've got some yellow, which I will plant in there a little bit more because we want a bit of a highlight against the sky. So we will have a little bit of like a bit of purple plonked in it as well. So but we'll work on that after. You've got to just do one thing at a time. So I'm just going to grab my blender. So this is just a colourless blender. And I'm just going to try and blend that out a little bit. Andrew, before you sit down, sorry, honey, can you pick that? Can you see that? Her battery it's falling and rolled. I don't want Chip picking it up. Just put it on the end of the sofa and I'll sort it out after. He can't pick that up. Yeah, she knocked it out again. Okay, so I'm just blending out. I might have to put a little bit more dark in this. So it looks like it's in the distance, which is good, but we'll layer up and add a little bit more depth to it. So can you see though techniques? Blenders on this paper are pretty good. I'd very rarely use blenders in anything else, but I'm finding at the minute a use of a blender is actually coming in quite handy because it's kind of getting that seamless look, you know, like a very nice graduated look. But there's a way to use your blender as well. I found that it works for me better when I'm going from dark to light rather than light to dark. But I'm trying not to spread. And you can also just wipe off your blender as well. Katrina! This is just the Prismacolor one. Just the Prismacolor one. Colourless blender. How are you doing? So nice to see you, as always. Okay. And you're just going to blend that out a little bit. Yeah, this is just the Prismacolor one. But my favourite one is the Derwent one. And I also love the Caran d'Ache blending stick. But the Derwent blender, colourless blender, is my favourite out of them all, if I had to choose. I don't like this one as much. It can become very scratchy. So don't use a heavy pressure with this, otherwise it will scratch your page. I've done that. I've done it. I've scratched my page and nearly gorged it out. Quite literally. And those of you that are Supernatural fans, have you watched the start of the last End series? Oh my gosh, Desiree, I cried, didn't I? At the beginning recap, I sent Desiree a message. I was crying. Oh my gosh. I was like, I can't cope. I cannot cope. Yeah, you have the proof. She has the video of me going, oh. Okay, I'm back to my 90% ombre to add a little bit more depth, and we just bring that a little bit more in. And then that's it on these. These don't need to, these will stand out against this purple background. Really stand out. So let's make that a little bit deeper. This is just how I'm colouring the page. I couldn't speak. I was so sad. Oh my gosh, my guys are going off the screen. I'm like, what am I going to do with myself? They've been a big part of my life for too long. It's like I'm very loyal, you know, and that's to people as well. And if anyone's in my life or been in my life for so long, I cling on to that. I don't like to let go. And it's the same with TV programs. I get so invested. And when it's going, I'm like, no, don't go, stay with me. Stay with me. That's why if anyone like is my friend, I'm like, you know, you've got me for life. You know that, don't you? I'm not going anywhere. Even if you are horrible to me, I'll be like, nope, I'm stubborn. I'm staying with you, whether you like it or not. Okay, so I'm going to bring some into this, but I'm also going to bring some greens into this foliage. So we're just going to bring a little bit of this warm grey into these parts here. Hi, Lulu. Hi, Christina. How are you both doing? I hope you're both well. Okay, so all I'm doing today, for those of you that are joining late, because I not joining late, but you know, I'm joining later than others. You might have just missed that I was blabbering on anyway, like I usually do. So I'm just finishing off this picture today, hopefully. But as I say, the streams are here to pop in and out. You don't have to stay. You know, people say, I'm so sorry I missed it. I'm like, no, don't say that. You're not missing anything. You can come in and out as you please. So if you're joining a little bit later today and you missed my blabbering, all I was saying is that I'm doing the end of this picture today, hopefully. So I'm just joining a little bit of this grey into these areas. Just roughly for now, because we're just plotting, as I usually say, plan it out. Just very, very lightly. There's one here. And I think Connie's streaming directly after as well. So you've got Connie to go on over to after my stream. I think there's an area here. Yep, there is. So I'm going to put this just roughly with the 90% warm grey. we're going to join some other colour into it after. So I'm just planning that out first. So we've got a silhouette, right? And then I'm going to bring in some of a mossy green into those areas. Let's bring moss green in. Oh no, Connie, I'm going to miss it. I'm so used to you after me listening. You're not streaming today. Connie is not streaming today. Are you okay though, Connie? Yeah? I hope you are. Connie isn't streaming, guys. Not today. Okay. So I'm going to put some moss green into these greys, which will darken the green up naturally. And it gives it a nice undercoat. So a nice dark undercoat. So just add that in. And when you're doing any botanical stuff that you do online, they usually put an undercoat of greys always, but they do it in graphite as well. So it's a nice little tip to use. Okay, good. I just wondered, thought in case you were in hospital. So just put into the grey. There we go. So it really, really does sort of work together. You got an undercoat, just deepens the green for you. You just put enough in to kind of just bring out that nice deep tone of moss. It looks good, I like it. There's also going to be one here. So we'll do that. And I'm going to ignore that tiny little scratchy bit there because there's no point, it's so small. So we'll just do that as the sky. And there's going to be work in the sky because, let's face it, it's a large area. So it is a bit more work to do skies in pencil, but they do look good. Okay, so yeah, just an undercoat of the grey and then just put the moss green on top. So this sky will be in Prismacolors just because I couldn't find the right tones in the Black Widows that I was looking for, and the Prismacolors are always good for that. They've got literally every tone that you possibly need, even if you colour mix. But the Black Widows just weren't quite cutting it. I tried it on a piece of paper, it just wasn't the right tone. And that's with mixing as well. So we're going to head to the Prismacolors for the back. And there's one tone in the Black Widows called Space that we're going to use. So yeah, we should be able to do that pretty easily because I have planned it. So I'm just going on all of these little areas. And we're going to get graduation. Okay, so come back to your grey. So we'll be using 90% more grey, and all we're going to do is just put a little bit of depth in some parts. Okay, so just in the very distant ones, just add a little graduation. Same with coming down this part. And the same on this part. Add a little bit, not too much. There we go. And you could do this with greys, or you can do this with brown. Brown, like a dark brown, or walnut browns, or dark browns work just equally as good doing this as well. So you could do either or. I'm just choosing to opt for the 90% warm grey because I just think it works really well. Plus we've used it in these. So it looked really, really good, I think. So just tiny amount in. I've seen some people doing this with me and it looks incredible. So I was like, I have to get back to this like now. I was going to do it in an upload with music, but I thought, I've done this one on streams, let me do this on streams. And Andrew was around, so I was like, can you look after Tilly for me while I do this, please? There we go. So it looks really nice. I'm liking that. Okay, next up, we're going to get our Prismacolors, and we're going to use purples. So excuse the handwriting, but I've got 10% French grey for the very small, like graduated out. We're going to use black grape, deco yellow for the bottom. I've still got to graduate something. I've just planted where I want it to go. Clay rose, lilac, dahlia purple, grey lavender, lavender, and palmer violet. So we might not use all of these, but we're certainly using some for sure. So just get all of them anyway, and we'll kind of just, you know, use the ones that take our fancy for the right graduation in what areas we're in. So this side's coming a little bit darker. I'm going to have my main light on this side. So already I'll tell you what I've put in there. It's just the darker grey, dark purple. So I used black grape. I did use 90% warm grey, that's why I said grey, and I used a tiny percent of the grey lavender, and that was it. So we're going to come out now. I'm going to bring it out. She's no different, Katrina, but she's happy, but she's still, I mean, her tumour's not going anywhere. That's why I've got to be very careful, but she's all right. Thank you for asking. She's worrying me. That's probably why I don't sound myself. Okay, so we're going to go for black grape, graduated into, we need a clay rose, and we need a, I'm going to say a lavender. So I need those three for sure. The deco yellow we're going to use up there. I need the grey lavender. We might use a little bit of lilac. So we'll get those for now. Okay. So before I do anything else with the purples, I'm going to show you the deco yellow. So all I've done is brought up some of this deco yellow from the bottom, because that's going to be our lighter area. So I'm kind of just planning where I want some like light sources to come through. So very lightly do this. This has not got much colour laid down at all. It's just a tiny bit. So this is going to be in these areas, especially behind. So we're going to have some purple graduation, but this is going to be our lightest area coming over here. That's his wings, so don't worry about that too much. So we're going to have it into those areas. Okay, so going from the top, we'll go from the top. We've got black grape. So I'm going to come up to one segment at a time. So I'm going to bring some black grape in. Again, we're going to have to kind of blend this all out. So let's put this into these areas, just really lightly. And then we'll do one little segment. But as you're coming down, I was kind of just allowing like your hand to get looser and looser. So you come in like that. Then, where did I put that? There we go. I'm going to get the lavender, which is here. Yeah, that one. Yeah. I'm going to get the lavender, and I'm just going to kind of attach it onto the end of the black grape and bring that down. So I have a little graduation, but you won't see it. It's all going to blend. And then your grey lavender, we're going to put some bits of it come out. It's going to be sort of here, which is going to go into your deco yellow. So it's all going to kind of bring each other out. Same with like the end there. We'll kind of just very lightly put that in, just nice and light. So it's nice like to kind of loosen your hand and just allow the colours to kind of bring it this way. Okay, so I'm also going to bring in a touch of the dahlia purple, and that's going to be in some of here. I don't want too much because this one can bring like too purple, which bordering like a pinky purple, which is not what I'm looking for. I just want to add a hint of it. So that's kind of how we're going to go down into lavender again, and then down into grey lavender. So yeah, it kind of just all really blends nicely. So just like that. and then into grade again, and just blend that out. So it is time consuming, but it's worth the payoff. Hi, Mandy. Yeah, she's doing... I've already answered you, Katrina. Why am I going mad? How are you, Mandy? I'm just about to tell you again. That's what I mean. My brain is frazzled. I do apologise. Okay. Like that, right? So back to black grape. And let's blend this out now. So we're going to come right into the deep areas. I was about to answer Katrina again. Okay, so deepest is at the very top. And then just nice and blended out. Again, I'm going to bring my lavender. Yep, so just, it pays off. But as we're coming, it's going to go really light. So this is going to be your deeper area, and we're going to get lighter and lighter. And then Dahlia. Oh, yeah, I've been missing. I just saying in the first string, because this is part 2, because, you know, YouTube. She's doing okay. It's just that she really does. It's only when she's monitored. If you stop monitoring her, she bites at her tumor and bleeds a lot, and you know it's dangerous. So it's really hard to kind of juggle at the minute. But on the whole, she's pretty good. Thank you. And I don't miss my streams so much, but I feel all over the place at the moment, and I'm so sorry if my streams are a bit of a failure at the moment, because my brain is really, really, really frazzled. Okay, so we've got a bit of a graduation there, which I'm really liking. And as I said, we're going to get lighter. Okay, so I am going to get a blender, although you don't need to if you've done it seamlessly yourself. Just make sure your blender is nice and clean. And this is a Prismacolor. And this will just ensure that your blend really does graduate, you know, nice and seamlessly, and you've got that nice mix sort of all in together. Okay, so as we're coming this way, we're going to lighten it up. So this way you're going to introduce things like lilac. So we're going to get more of the lighter coming into like a really nice... Hiya, Danny. Heather, honestly, my brain at the minute is just not with it, and that sounds really bad, and I don't like to, you know, I don't want my streams to be about that, but it's not. I feel like I'm completely all over, and I'm trying to, you know, do 101 things at the same time, and it's just like, it's just not working, you know. You get to that point and you're like, oh, Sam, your brain. Lilac. Okay. So we're going to come even lighter here. And then we're going to just get the grade lavender a minute, because I really want this area to be a lot lighter. So just bring, there we go, sort of into that area there. Okay, it's working, it's working, it's going to go out. Aww. I think we all get it though, don't we? Black grape, it's life, it's normal life, and that's it. You know, when you come to a stream, you're getting a person, and they're everything, their life, it's just, you're getting that person. It's the full package, so we expect it every now and then. Okay, so I'm not putting much of the black grape. I just want a touch. So just a small amount, because here is going to be more of a glow, because I want to bring more of the yellow in. Okay, I'm just trying to plan this. Okay, yeah. Let's bring some lavender. just kind of plan where that's going to go. And then back to lilac. So we're not blending it yet, we're just colour placing at the moment, which is what I like to do. And then I kind of just put that, make sure I'm getting my grey lavender, and that's going to come even more of a part over here. So can you see like it's going to go from like a dark purple to a light purple? So it's gonna, you know, bring this like over. So can you see what I mean? Like, so on her original, she's got dark purples coming into a really light purple, and I kind of wanted to interpret that as well, because I've done my own thing on the rest of it, but I've really liked her choice, and it just brought out the entire picture and gave it a completely different look. So I'm really going to try and not replicate, I'm just going to bring out that same color scheme. Yeah, it's more like you can't, you know what it's like when you've got someone or a pet, or you know, something that needs constant supervision. It's like that at the moment, and that's how she's been for a while. And you know, it's more than doable. I'll do anything for her, but it's not real life to be able to do it 24/7. It's just not. So there's going to be the odd time where, you know, you might miss that she's going to get at it, or it's life, you know, to kind of have these responsibilities that sometimes when they get older, they get more ill and they get little things go wrong with them, and you manage it. You just manage it. It's the only word I can say. Okay, I'm going to go for Deco Yellow again. I'm just going to touch a little bit of this in. This is just going to be a glow. And then I'll know where I'm going with it more. So they do, but I tried one on her, Pat, and it distressed her more. And she kept going to the bottom on the floor, and you know, it was distressing her so much, and I thought it's not worth it. That will play havoc with her. But there's not much you can do, and that's what the vet was saying. You know, the vet, I've got an email, and apart from monitoring her, if it gets to that point, obviously the operation will be a no-brainer. But until then, it is just a case of monitoring. Okay, I really have got the graduation that I'm looking for now, so we're going to roll with that one. Okay, so we've planned that out. Let's now start, you know, cementing that down. So I'm going to come over to my lavender again, and I'm going to start to just place a bit of this in. So you all seeing this okay? I hope so. So I've just planned out the like dark purple to light purple to a glow. So, oh, she's amazing. Hi, Arthur. No, you're not the only guy. We've got Senka, and we've got a couple of other guys. Thank you, Charlotte. Okay, so I'm just going to put the lavender just in a little. And I'm really liking how that would go. Okay, Suze. Take care. Thanks for coming, sweetheart. And I can't wait to see yours. Okay, so I'm just going to place in a little bit of this lavender, because Suze is doing this as well. Right, a bit more in here. I think we need to go for a bit of black grape. I couldn't get my word out then. Okay, so just a touch. And also, because I really want, I've been watching Lisa Mitrokin her videos on her YouTube, and I'm on her group. I am totally overwhelmed with how amazing she's going down such an amazing route with her channel and her tutorials, and she needs more subscribers, just put it that way. She deserves more subscribers. So if you haven't already, go check out Lisa Matrokin, the artist, her YouTube, and subscribe. She is putting so much effort into her channel, and it's really showing, and I really think she deserves more people. So do head on over to Lisa. I think you can learn a lot from her. She's doing quite a lot of tutorials for absolutely nothing. They're there for everybody to follow. If you go over to her Facebook, she's also got a group that she gives her free pages that you can follow along with. She's got books out there on the market as well. You know, I think she's incredible. I love her, and I've only recently discovered Lisa. And you know, when you're just bowled over by someone and how much effort they've put in, and I know how long it takes to produce those videos, let alone take the time to do them. It can take anything up to 18, 19 hours. So do show her some love. You also, if you want to follow someone who's doing tutorials for free, she uses Prismacolors, toned down paper most of the time, white charcoal, and she puts so much effort in. Christina, go for it. Would someone write in Lisa Matrokin's or grab her link for her YouTube? Just because my pencils are on the paper. It's Lisa, L-I-S-A, Matrokin, M-I-T-R-O-K-H-I-N. M-I-T-R-O-K-H-I-N. Lisa Matrokin. She's an artist. Now, she is like the gothic-y art, but just believe me when I say the effort that that lady's gone to put into her channel is incredible. And I know from those 2 videos that I've done for you, in total, I must have spent 12 hours with, you know, putting it together, actually doing the stuff, editing, finding the video, like stuff to put in, uploading. It takes a long time, and she's put so much into these things for everybody. So let's get her to 1,000. Let her know I sent you over, because, you know, it's nice of her to know that she's being promoted, as she should be. And I think we're all here to promote each other. It's not like you know, I've always said this, be humble. And if you've got 100, 1,000, 10,000, doesn't matter. You're all the same. You start in the same spot. So let's get her up there. She's amazing. Yeah, go subscribe and let her know. Say, you know, Sammie sent me, so she knows that she's loved. She's put so much into it, and I want her to continue. And it definitely gives someone a boost to know that they're being spoken about. Rather, you know, it's her job. It's her livelihood. She is just amazing. I love her. I love her. Is my screen okay, guys? Hey, Andrea. Hiya, Bridget. Lisa Matrokin. Hi, Till. She's come forward to say hello. She does deserve it. And she wants to, because she's doing a Halloween tutorial at the moment, and it's a pumpkin one. So, and she's got a freebie in her channel, in her Facebook group. So the videos on her channel to follow. You go over to her Facebook group. All the details is in her videos. So she's got everything in there. And you will be able to follow along with that for nothing, just your time. Just your time. Same with Laura Rafferty and her gears. Oh my goodness, that girl. So I love Laura. I love her. I think she's incredible. And Laura Colours too. You all know Laura. She's been doing a metals tutorial. So again, she's got a freebie for the month. So if you go on over to Laura's channel, you can do her free tutorials, and she's giving you the page. there is lots of artists out there. There's lots of amazing channels to follow. Go follow them. I'm so impressed recently because I've had time to sit there and go through things, and I've been wrapping up, you know, some bits that I've had to do. And while I've been trailing through, I'm noticing how much effort people are putting in, and they deserve it. They deserve it. I love them. I think they've given so much to the colouring community in terms of their time. And don't forget, it is a free show. You know, people do say, oh, you know, I don't like this and I don't like that about them. It's free. It's totally free. Hiya, Ozzy. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? Exactly. That's okay, Andrea. Nice to see you. Okay, so going back to Deco Yellow, I'm going to add an element, I think, of buff titanium into this, just to blend that end together. Okay, I just want to get some lilac. Oh, I know, she's just a star, honestly. Not just her art, as a person, she's warming, she's inviting, she's a treasure. I love her personality. I'm just going to put a little bit of lilac into these. I'm really liking it. Look, on a grand scale, I think that sort of graduation out to light it really works. And also, it's going to come behind here a little bit, so we've got to put a touch of it. Oh, sorry about that. I just knocked the camera. So again, I'm just going to blend that out a little bit when we need cream. Okay. Let's get cream. I just remembered. Thank you, Maddie. So if there's any artists, and guys, channels, those of you with a channel, share, throw your thumbs or your hearts or whatever you like to throw up. Your hand. Throw your hands up in the sky. I'm just looking for cream. And if there's any new artists, let us know. You know, let us all know. We like to go and mooch around and check it out. We all like to share. Okay, where is cream? I'm just going through my cards. Ah, thank you, Kate. And anyone can, honestly. I always say that. Anyone can do this. That's why I show you step by step, even if it is slow. Anyone can follow me, and I promise you that. But I'm not an artist or anything, so, you know, I am just a colorist, so I know that you can do it. I know you can. Oh, I'll find it in a minute. I'll find it in a minute, I promise you. If not, I'll write it on a piece of paper, so you've got something in the screen. I think I'm missing cream. Where's that gone? It's hiding. It's hiding. Oh my gosh. Oh, there it is. Okay, right at the... Andrea, thank you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Hi, Diane. So sweet. It's just as a chilly. I promise you're not going anywhere. I'm here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Andrea. Oh, bless your heart. Okay, so cream is a good choice. I don't know why I didn't think about that, to blend out the Deco Yellow. So use that to blend into the grey lavender. Guys, I never expect anything. It's like people ask me if I've got a tip jar, and I'm like, no, I don't want money. So thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Okay, so I'm blending out. Oh, see, it had to happen. It had to happen. It always happens to me. Okay, let's go for it. It's looking exactly how I like this to go. Like, it's got the graduation that I'm looking for, and it all sort of blends like it's a sort of going into a glow. That's perfect. Okay, not perfect colouring, perfect in terms of my vision of going to light. because I'm trying to replicate a little bit of what Jasmine's done with her sky. So we just got to put an element of, where's that gone? Dahlia purple, and that will go into some here, just a tiny bit. Did you buy it? That's so good. I love this book. I'm going to get Jasmine to sign it in 2 weeks' time. My other copy, not this one. I got the new copy, and I want her to sign that, and that's not going to be coloured in. And maybe her art book if she's feeling nice and kind to me, because I got her art book as well. Okay, really like that. All right, next up, behind here is also some of the sky as is behind here. So I'm just going to get the black grape first. Hey Kathy, and thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it just brings some enjoyment. That's what I like. Black grape. So I just remembered that was not there. That wasn't true. So we're just going to put in, this is the darker side, don't forget. So we've got all the dark on this side. So we're going to go for the deeper purples with only a slight light part. This has still got to do the gold, which we've got our gold colours there. So we're going to try and wrap up as much as we can today. If we don't finish it, it will be finished in the next one, which we'll separate the streams and do 2 streams. So that, because it'll only take about 20 minutes at the beginning. So yeah, let's do that. This part here, I'm just going to do that as, okay, let's do lavender. I know, there's so many creative people here. All creative heads in one place. That's why I like it. It's like I hang out with friends of just in the same minded, you know. Okay. Morning, Marsha. Good morning to you. And remember, at the end of the month, the clocks for the UK go back. So the time difference of my stream might affect you for a week or so until your times catch up. So I know some of you do not go back until November. So just check the time difference on Google. Ours go back on the, let me tell you, so just in case. Clocks go back. It goes back on the 27th of October. So my stream on the 29th will be an hour earlier. Just a few new, this I've dug into my new set because look, I got one of them. It's so small. This is out of the new. I've got a spare, bought some spare. I've got a spare set. So I've got some spares of also of the ones that I use all the time. I tend to just grab when I, you know, especially of the pencils that keep breaking. Anyone else have that problem with certain colours? Mine's pumpkin orange chocolate. Those two, which I love those colours so much, keep breaking. I said to Desiree the other day, my pumpkin orange is down to nothing and I only just bought it. Let me show you. So this is a brand new one. And look what happened. Does anyone do that? That is a brand new, that was bought not that long ago. I kept sharpening, it was broken all the way down and I got it to about here. And I've managed to use some. It broke again, then again, then again, then again. And that is a brand new one. And look what happened. It was broken all the way down in the lead. So I tend to just buy singles of ones that do that as well. So if you ever get one that is didgeridoo like this one, it just goes completely, just crumbles and breaks every time that you sharpen it. Just grab a couple of spares in those colours. My pumpkin oranges I've never had a good time with. I've always had to buy them. And chocolate. Again, this was a brand new chocolate. And look at that one. It just keeps breaking. So I have to buy singles quite often in certain colours, especially because the most requested pencil on the channel is Prismacolors. And I do like to use other things. And on our next one, I might do a watercolor, super colors, because I miss them. So I'm going to do a combination. I usually always do Prismas, Supras, you know, I love doing things like that. But you can use Supras dry. So I might do a combo and enjoy that because I love using wet media at the moment, especially in my spare time. So I think I'll incorporate that a little bit more. Okay, so I've got those there. There is a little bit behind her. So that's going to be, again, that's going to have a glow, but you need some lavender in there because it's like darker. So let's put that in there. Okay. Yeah, I love watercolors. I love them. I love using them. Let's use that first for a sec. Watercolors are such a free media. Like, they're so free. They really are. The water activating the pigment, it's just like it's just so lovely. I can't describe it. I just love it. It's got a potential to just let your freedom go with things. You don't have to be so precise. Like with colouring, I find that it's a little bit more, you've got to have things right. You've got to, you know, be a bit more precise. With water media, you could be so free and just allow, you know, the pigment to kind of do its own thing. Oh, Cynthia, you're welcome. And as I said, if you've watched one of the videos, just put in the comments. I sent you over. Let her know that she's being promoted that way because she deserves it. I'm just going to grab my warm grey. There's a little bit of a tree in the distance there. So colour and chat that Sammie sent me. And that would be amazing if you could, because then she knows that she's being promoted over here because she deserves it. I'm going to get myself sepia. Here we go. Right, that is rib here. And let me just check. So we've got to do this part down here now. Let's just check the picture, the original. I don't know if I got the original in our art book. Should we have a look? Bear with me, guys. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I need to talk to you. It's so dark in the hall. Okay, let's have a look in here because I've got her art book. Let me just zoom out and see if we can find the original. Hold on. Okay, let's have a look. Let me just quickly check if Even Rib is in here. I love the name. Right, so this at the back. You've got a little index at the back. Let's have a look. I don't remember seeing it in here. That's why I didn't check. It might not be in that one. Hi, Taryn. How are you doing? Are you feeling better now, Taryn? Even Tilly answered. Tilly's like, yeah, hi. She's so cute. I don't know if it's in here. Eve and Rib. We've got a lot in this one. This one's amazing. If you're looking, so I'm just looking for a picture. 2 minutes. I'm just looking for the one that we're doing. There we are. Yes, we have. Okay. Mine's going to look nothing like this, but I'm not making it my version. But I want to just see the background. There it is. Okay, so she's done this. It's going to have a glare. Okay, so she's got this like purpley going into a white. I'm done it with a bit more of a yellow. But down here, she's got like a, this is more of a trunk, but it's like a rock. So I'm kind of do that with a little bit of mossy, like that's got some green tints in it. And then it's got some, that's like a sepia espresso. So we're going to do that. And then I might put some more highlight in her wings and stuff. I've got to do his wing there. Okay. I know, me too. I'm like that with art books in general. I love them. That's going to fall off, I can see. Okay. So she's got like hints here. This is I'm going to do this as a graduated green. And some yellow hints in it. So we're going to go for the moss green on this part here. Right, yeah, we're down. Okay. There we go. You're nice and close. Right. So let's speed my hands up a little bit. I'm going to go for a moss green at the bottom. Okay. I will put sepia espresso, I think, in this, but I wanted to make this a little bit more textured, but I don't know if I can. That's going to be dark. Okay, let's do. And right where it's at the end of the book, I might take this one apart, this book of my pictures that I've done, and put them in a folder and maybe for future giveaways. Because I have got a second book, so if I want to do them, I can do them all over again anyway. Well, that book's going to be signed, but I could always get another one. I think about it because I know Dee Dee takes hers out, doesn't she? I do like to have something to show for the work that I've done as well. You know, I do give away quite a few. Every now and then I like to give away one. I might give away the Mariola one next that I've done with the cat. It's just something I personally like to receive. Oh, sorry. I like to receive people's colouring, so I like to do it. Hi, Zealine, Iman. Hi, April. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry. I've missed you all. Hi. Thanks for joining us. There's me, like, blabbering in my own world, and I've missed you. Yeah. Espresso, sepia espresso. What one do I want to do? Let's go for espresso. Okay. So I'm going to add... Don't worry about the border if you get any colour, because we're going to do that solid anyway. So we're going to add espresso in. And when you're layering up, just small circular motions, layer up is fine. You don't, you know, we're just looking at doing like a rough grass, earth sort of look, if that makes sense. So like, you know, if you had the earth and it had a really deep sense of greens and browns mixed, it has just a nice deep rich tone to it. We're going to sort of do that. Just kind of plan this out a bit better. Okay. So I'm concentrating for a second. So again, I'm just layering up a bit and just very, very lightly like that. Go back to my moss green. Just lay it in. Hi, Tammy. Thank you. It's nearly there. That part's going to be grey. And the whole picture will look good. It'll look good, hopefully, in the end. But because it's got quite a lot of detail and I'm doing it all in pencil, it's taking a bit longer, but that's to be expected. Okay, espresso. Kind of just go around the his like little knuckle there on his knee. His knuckled knee. He's got knuckly knees, look. Okay, so just layering in a bit. Knobbly knees. Okay, back to moss. It's just, I want this really quite rough. I'm not going to use a blender. I want this as like a texture. Right, how I can achieve a texture as well is if you go on the side of your pencil and just drag in just some side like this, it kind of gives it like a texture, like an earthy texture. And then you can do the same with the moss green just at the top. So I don't want any smooth, I just want really textured earth like this, I think. And then what do I want to bring into that? I might do so that it's got a warm grey. I'm trying to look for all my pencils, they're all in front of me. Okay, and then I'm just going to, because that's going to be there, that's got to be a bit deeper. And then I'm just planning it out. Hey, Christine, how are you doing? So I'm just in my own little world for a second, trying to plan where I'm putting my colours. Because as I said, I want this like rough. Okay. Because it's got to be different from this part here. Then why is there a line? Is that my paper underneath? Yeah, it is. Let me take that out. I'm going to have to get a... Mine's the paper underneath, guys. Do not make that mistake. I've got a big piece of paper underneath it that's making it like a line. Well, that's still going to be textured. I'm sorry. That was my bad. You don't need to use a blender. That was me because I had a bit of paper underneath that caused a line. It's really bad, isn't it? Okay, so coming over now to my 90% warm grey. Now I'm going to have to roughly plan where I'm going to have my dark. And mind your paper underneath. That was my fault. And there's texture in this, so I'm going to kind of go with the texture that she's giving us. So just a light base. And there's like all this texture here, can you see it? So I'm just going to bring that out a little bit. And you don't have to like apply that in, but I want to. And I'm going to put some brown and greens in with it. But we're just starting off with a warm grey, just so we've got a dark base to work with. Just like that. Again, I'm going to come into here and here and against the rib here. So he's got all these little areas it's hard to get into. So let's just go roughly to start with. Ah, thank you. Yeah, she's getting there. Look, she's, oops, we're up at the top as well. We're done. But these parts are fiddly. So those of you that are with me, this part is a fiddly part. Like your hands at this point are like, I want this done. But the detail is what takes time, and together collectively the page does come together. So it's quite a relaxing process to do. But at this point you're like, right, let's wrap this all up. Let's get this all done and make this look like, you know, a full piece by now. So we're just gone for the grey. That's just a base to start with. That's okay, Connie. Thank you. Okay, now we've got our base of warm grey. I might come in now with some marine green and some browns. But the marine green is very similar to the moss. Got to find it. There it is. It's going to just have a slight green element into it. I don't want too much. So I'm just going to add some to like the top because we've got to put the browns. Because it is like a rock, but it might have a little bit of moss on top. So that's where this comes in handy. So I'm just adding a little bit to start with because we'll enhance this and we can get some lime peel, which will make it really stand out. So you've got some mossy areas like that. Just kind of just plan it in first so you don't go overboard with your browns and, you know, you'll lose that. So I always plan out. Now we can start to deepen because we're going to come back to the marine green. So I'm going to bring some sepia and espresso, I think. And we've also got the nice browns in the, I've got to find my card. Where's sepia gone? The brown in the Black Widow set. We might not do sepia, I can't find the thing. Should we do, we'll do espresso. Yeah, we'll go there. We'll do espresso. Okay. So espresso is got a nice like brown element to it. So we're just going to bring that first before we bring other browns in. And the grey will automatically make it darker to this because it's supposed to be. So it's just, we're going to colour mix. So let's go for this as well. So I'm just bringing some espresso in first. And if I go over the border, that's okay. We're going to solidly colour the border. Okay. So just adding some in to start with. And again, this will look so different once the colours are placed in properly. We're just planning out to start. Oh, thank you. It's funny because there's one thing I never say about the thumbs. I'm just happy that you guys are here. Okay, so we're just planning out some colours. And again, when you're approaching your colours, there's no right and wrong. You can kind of just plan out where you want things to go. And you can mix as well. And the mixing stage is a very light stage before you start burnishing it. And that's where we're at the moment. So we're just kind of, before any burnishing goes on, before we start to lay in like the colours properly, you can kind of plan. This is a stage to kind of look at where you want colours to go before you start doing that section. That's okay. Hi, Nana. So with that, you, as I said, you kind of like looking at your whatever you're colouring. So for instance, we're looking at this bit of dark bark. I know that these parts I want to deepen up, so we'll have a deeper section, especially in the inner part of his thigh there. So we're really going to look at that. And then, you know, I still with the espresso, I want the top to have the mossy colour coming in. So I've already put that where it's going to go. And then we're going to bring in a little bit more elements of the grey and a little bit more element of brown. So we come back to the marine green after, and we're going to come back to the 90% warm grey. But we're now going to go over to a Black Widow, and we're going to use the colour Choco Tone or Mud. Let me have a look. I'm going to go for Choco Tone. And that's a dark-ish tone, but it will still be lighter than the espresso. And again, that will give that sense of having bark there. That's falling, it's deeper in the shadows. And then the bottom will have a bit more of the warm grey. So I could solidly colour things, and it, you know, it would have a block colour, which is fine. Hi, Robin. But if you wanted to do that, thank you. Yeah, she's getting there. Look, she's almost there. This section I'm going to bring in a little bit more of background, but we'll do that after. I'm working my way like down now. So you're kind of just placing the amount you want in, and then we'll blend out and sort of we'll bring it all together. So this part is a little bit harder. I was looking at her version, and she's got quite a few tones in her bark. She's got dark greys. She hasn't got black. She's got dark grey. She's got some element of green and some element of brown. So we're going to try and roll with those colours and replicate a little bit into the colour scheme that she's got, and keep some of the texture. Okay, that part's going to be dark, as will that part, so let's not worry about that. Right, then come back to your warm grey, and let's start to now bring it together. So the warm grey section is going to be our deeper area. And now we can start to bring together the colours. So we've placed in the amounts we wanted, and just kind of like take the little lines off. And just take your time. There's no rush. No rush. It's your work. And colouring is a process. It does take time, and that's for me, it's the enjoyment of it. Tilly, leave yourself, sweet. Come on. 2 seconds, guys. Let me just put the light on first so you can see. Ma, Adam, down. Leave your lamp. Come on. Leave your lamp, Bobby. Where's the other one? Oh. Leave it. There you go. That's it. Right, into the middle. Thank you. Alright? Right, stay there and don't bite. Sorry. I have to be in and out, sorry. Oh. Hi, May. Thank you. Sorry about that. I'm just watching her. She's okay. Andrew's here, but it's my eyes still dart over. It's, you know, instinct. Okay. Back to my grey. And again, I'm just sort of placing. It's already the texture that's there, but I want it to stand out. So I'm making it enhanced a little bit. Hi, Joe Beth. I do love your name. The cauldron part. It is so much fun. It's so apt for this time of year as well. Okay. So again, I'm just making sure that some colours stand out more than others. And then we'll burnish that together. I'm going to get the blender out on it, and then I'm going to have to deepen it a bit more, but that's fine because I want this to be the darkest part. Like we've done these at the top dark. Here we go. We've done all those dark there, and it will be like that kind of. We'll have elements of green and brown in it. Okay, let's grab our colourless blender for a minute before we continue. So I'm just going to blend that out, and then we're going to add some bit more brown, and we're going to enhance that moss. But the colours are all placed where I want them to go. So I don't want them as flashed out and as light as that. But that's just sort of our base to work with, isn't it? Okay, over to this area. This is nice and deep, so don't worry about that part. Come into the middle part where we are doing the lighter parts there and the top. So we've got the moss there as well. So you will see it all. Okay, deepening up already. So I think I'm going to bring in some black before I go into graduating out. And the black is just, again, it's going to be minimal. I don't want too much black. I don't like too much black in it. I think we can do that with the greys. Just a very light approach. And again into sort of here. Into his little fires. They're so cute. His little fire gaps. I'm actually really jealous of his fire gaps. I'm like, what are they? They don't exist in my world. More chub rub, not fire gaps. Rib can teach me how to get them. Bless him. I don't think I've ever seen a gap. Okay, let's go for the texture. And let's now go into our warm grey. What have I missed on Instagram, guys? I have not been over there and looked for the longest time. I very briefly popped on yesterday to just tell people that I am not there because I was getting messages and I felt like I was ignoring people. I was like, no, I'm not. I promise you I'll reply in November. I'm not on there at all. It's actually helped me catch up with things in life and other things on the go. Again, can't say yet, but you'll see. It's given me a chance to sort of get on top of stuff, which is really good because don't forget I only get certain like snippets of time especially with sitting. So I have to kind of run with what I can do and not overload myself. Hi, Emily. How are you? Okay, and now we're going to come back to our moss. So we need our marine green. And we are going to add that in and bring that down a little. So just enhance a tiny bit because it's probably been there a little while, isn't it? So we just want to add a little bit. Emily does a lot of Joanna Bastard, Danny. Everyone's doing Inktober. I'm so jealous. I know I wouldn't have had the means and time to do it this year, even though I really wanted to. But maybe I can do my own Inktober another month. You know, I don't have to do it just in that month. Right, okay, let's zoom out a second and see the bigger picture. Okay, so we're getting there. She's nearly there. She's nearly there. We've just got the little finishing touches. Cold tea isn't very nice. Okay. So let me have a quick look. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you very much. Okay, let's have a look. Now, again, I'm doing my own version. If I bring it up, look, we got the Christine tool with the eyes. Can you see the detailing in the eyes? And I'm really liking that. So I might bring out a little bit more of the reds, but the eyes are looking, and then all the little stitching details, you can go around with the red. And it's the same with like the arm. She's got a little bit of the blood like the stitching. So yeah, the detail really is there in this page. If you take the time, it's the same with the hair. You've got the detail in the hair into rib, and then obviously you've got his wings, which we're going to do now. That's what I was going to do. So his wings this was all Black Widows, and it was mustard, dark tan, dark chocolate, and that's what we're going to do, and midnight. It is. I love it. I call it a Christine tool. It's a Christine tool. It has helped tremendously. Thank you so much. I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. Yeah, she has, Tammy, and she's got mugs as well. So Connie's got those mugs, and they're beautiful. And I'm going to treat myself to one soon. They're so nice. She's got everything. She's got figurines. She's got pin badges. She's got art prints. She's got original art prints. Original art, sorry. She's got colouring books. Where do we go? It's so much. It's like, I can't wait to meet her, and I'm going to get something from her store. I can't wait to do the little vlog with you all as well. So you won't get me on the day. I'm going to, like, you know, in advance, I will sort of plan it out and do what I can. But I don't think I'll be able to film in the event, of course. But I'll film before and after, and you know what I've like learned, what the class was about, and I'll show you the finished product of what I've done because I'm in the class. So she's doing a class, and it's not Jasmine. There's an artist doing a skin class, master class. So I will show you the end result of what I learned. Probably a little bit going on the train. Poor Louise is going to be with me. She's going to be like, oh, we're like in Vlogland. Hi, Sue. So I'm really excited. So I think Louise is meeting me. Yeah, I've got one permanently with me, Louise, permanently in my bag. You'll see. I take one everywhere with me. Because of sitting, I can't sit on normal chairs without one. I've got one behind me at all times. Okay, so this is what we're going to be using. We need mustard, midnight, dark chocolate, and dark tan. So dark chocolate is here somewhere. There we go. That one. Dark tan. Yeah, poor Louise, she's going to be like, Sam, I don't want to be on camera. Like, that's okay. But you can if you want to. Yeah, so those of you that want to, like, you know, want to be a part of it and say hello, then you can be in the vlog. So it'll be fun. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm so looking forward to meeting people and having just a really good afternoon. It's going to be great. Okay, and then I need mustard. Mustard? No, yeah, mustard. Yeah, it'll be great. It will be great. We're going to have so much fun. Is it that one? Hurrah! Okay, found it. Okay, ready? Ready? Let's do this. Okay, let's go for mustard. I'm going to try and speed my hands up a bit. So I'm doing a base of mustard. I think I did this on the other one. So just a base. And I'm just going to plan out that I want some shine. So leave some white bits. Yeah, Louise is going. She's going to meet me. And then at the other end, we're going to meet everybody. I've arranged an event before. If you're coming along, I've arranged the Colouring Heaven 11Cs. I don't know if those of you that are coming. Oh my gosh, no way. No way. That's going to be so expensive. So I've arranged the Colouring Heaven 11Cs. And it's at the Adventure Cafe. I've already, let me show you. So this is the event that I've managed to muster for something that we can meet up beforehand. It's called the Colouring Heaven 11Cs. It's at 11 AM onwards. Kim, White and Claire, Colour with Claire, I asked to, like, you know, join me in promoting this, so they did. And Kim made the design up, bless her heart. And the venue is the Adventure Cafe Bar. I've put all the details if you want to head on over in Facebook, and it will tell you where it is. So there's the map. You got the place if you need to, and if you want to ask on the day, there's quite a lot of us going. Just pop along and you can come and meet us and have a chat and sit down and have a nice coffee and cake or whatnot before, and just get yourself familiar, because it's always like you go into the event and we're straight into a masterclass, so we don't have time to sort of sit and chat. This way we get to chat, we get to have some fun, you know, just get connected and talk, because we talk online, and this way we can talk, you know, face to face, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Looking forward to it. I'm just going to go for dark chocolate on this part as well. Just so we're going to go here and here. So a little triangle like that. We'll just leave that for that a moment. Same with coming in with a bit of dark chocolate on here. I'm just going to deepen it up. Yeah, it'll be fun. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do the 11Ds. I know. Hi, Nick and T. Oh, I'd have you all there if I could. But I will try and do a little bit of a vlog, like on the way and after, and the cafe, depending on who wants to be a part of that. You know, I've got to get permission. I can't just go filming people. They're going to be like, no, I don't want to be on camera. I'll be like, fine, that's fine. But, you know, for those of you that don't mind, we could put a little vlog together of the event and the day, and it'll be fun. Okay, I'm just putting a little bit of this in. This is not perfect. It's just getting some of the elements that we did on that. We've got enhanced anyway, so we're just putting down what we can. Okay, so go back to our mustard. And this is our light. It's just to blend out a little bit. Oh, what's the nightmare? Going on camera? I think you guys have got Hannah Lynn one in the US. Am I correct? She's got a... Is that right? Pat knows about that. And I don't know when that is, but I know you've got an event over there. This is the Colouring Heaven one. So you know the magazine that you all buy. So they're doing an event on the 26th, between 1 and 5. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, that's, you know, that's crazy money, isn't it, for just 4 hours? It's a 4-hour event. Yeah, it's just a lot. Well, if I could, I'd bring it all to you. It's mental. I'm so looking forward to it, though. I get to meet people that I've, you know, been speaking to. I think I'm looking forward to that, and the element of learning someone else's perspective on skin. I really look forward to that part, you know, because I'm always open to options of how to do things and learn and progress. And so that'll be fun. It's funny because, you know, when you're sort of thinking about what to pack in your bag, the first thing I was like, medication. Oh, the particular pencil. Oh, I'm really comfortable being on camera. I was like, no. Okay, come over here. I'm going to put down the mustard on here. Sorry, I misread because I was talking about cameras. Okay. We've got some here as well. We've got a little bit there and this part. So I think that's all of his wings, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so let's get some dark tan. You all right there, Mrs. Tilly? Hey. And then, sorry, we're just going on the last part. So if I just go in and out of conversation, don't be alarmed. I'm not mad. I'm just speaking out loud to myself. Okay, dark chocolate. I don't, well, if she did, that would be, you know, ridiculously great. But I hope so. But I know she's taking a bit of a sabbatical again, isn't she? Is that right? Emily knows a lot about Joanna. She's one of her main girls. She had a long sabbatical, but I think after the Inky Wonderland's announcement, she's offline for a bit again. Yeah, I thought so, for 2 weeks, because she's got a lot coming up. And that's another thing. If you wanted to look at the Inky Wonderland, she was doing, I think you can't enroll now, it's closed. For those of you that were trying to enroll in her, yeah, that's right. Those of you that were trying to enroll in the Inky class, the Inky art class, I think it's closed now. You can't, because I've got quite a few messages there. I can't enroll. I think it was only for a short space of time. Is that right, Emily? And but it doesn't mean that you can't follow along. You can follow along with her book and do it in your own time. But for the actual class and the Inky art class, the enrollment is now closed. So for those of you that didn't manage to get on, you know, that's just unfortunate, but it's closed now. So that's really sorry about that. Our classes start next week. I can't wait. I need to write all my dates down so I don't get mixed up. Okay, I've got a Posca. Come on, work with me. But I'm really looking forward to her class. That, the Bath event, and something else. And again, I can't say too much, but yeah, we're going to have some good times ahead. Just trust me on that. Please trust me on that. You're going to have something so fun. And I can't wait. Can't wait. Okay, I'm going to get mud. I'm going to get mud. I'm going to get mud in the, where are you gone? Come back to me. In the Black Widows, if I can find the card. There we go. Okay, so again, I'm just going to go into the parts here behind his ribs. That looks like it's still part of the tree behind him. So you got this area. So I'm just going to add that in here. Same with here, like it's still part of that. Then this background, let's have a look at this background part. So this background is still quite murky. So I'm going to do it quite purpley with a hint of like a murky green, like forest. So let's go for our lilac. You all with me? You all still with the ride? All right, so we're on this area here. Is your screen okay? Hi, Sandra. Wow, it's 4 a.m. Hi, thank you for coming here. Bless your heart. Okay, so we're going to go for lilac. And we're going to start planning putting this in. What's under? We've still got to do that little bit underneath him. And then we're so near the end. We're so near the end. So he's got some cog bit here. And then we're so close. I'm so excited. Okay. That's to do with the forest part. Thank you. Yes, you can. I say it all the time. Oh, it was upside down. I'm so sorry. Hi, Karen. I told you, Christine, my brain is mush. It's frazzled. It's frazzled. So yeah. I'm going to get clay rose. We all have those moments. I blame everything. Okay. I'm going to put some clay rose into this part. Clay rose and lilac are such a nice mix because this has got a slight purpley, dusky pink tone. So that's where we're coming into this part here. So when you're doing pencil backgrounds, I mean, how many of you do them? Just out of curiosity here in chat. Also, if you're watching this back, how many of you do a pencil background, or do you find it too tedious, or is it because you're not confident enough? What is it about pencil backgrounds? Because people find them quite intimidating. Thanks, Michelle. I personally really like them, but they just are time consuming, but I prefer the result of them. But how many of you actually use them? It's just confidence. Yeah. I think a lot of us are the same. I was the same before, but I think once you start to build, you get more confident as you see the progression. Okay, I'm just going to get some mask green a second, just because there's like a eerie, murky tone. Because don't forget, we're in the forest here. We're out in the forest, you know, there's going to be some greens. Not too much, but there is a bit of green in there, so we're in moss. Because we're forest diving here. We're in the forest. Yeah, it does, and that's another thing. On the 21st, nothing that I know of. It's on the 26th is a yeah, I like doing those swallowings. The 26th is the Bath event with the Colouring Heaven event. But I don't know about the 21st unless something else is. Oh, a Spookathon's happening, but that's the 26th, 25th, 26th. I don't think anything else is happening that I know of. There we go, Christine. Mud is upside down, so it doesn't even make sense. Oh dear. Sorry. The pan pastels are so quick and fun, but then also they do take time sometimes if you're mixing, but on a whole they're quite quick. Sorry, Christine. It doesn't even make sense upside down, does it? Yes, let everyone know about that, Nick and Tina. If you've got the schedule, you can post it here. Someone will approve it. They just got to approve it. You've got the Spookathon. And you've got the Inky art class. That's happening as well. Take care, Emily. That's okay. Oh, you'll be right back. Okay. I thought you were going. I shouldn't be too much longer. I mean, I'm nearly wrapped up. So with this, it's quite murky now. I need to put a little bit more of a green. So I think I'm going to come to moss green. And I'm just going to try and interpret that mossy feel. So we're going to just add another touch of it coming in. So as I said, it's forest, so it's got to sort of blend into what feels like a forest. You know, you're in the middle of one, even though it's an unusual one. You are in the middle of one here, so let's try and interpret that. So don't be afraid to mix purple and green. You know, don't be afraid to mix anything. It's going to work out some way, one way or another. Thank you, May. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry. Thank you. As I say, honestly, mods, you aren't here to do lots of work for me. I say this all the time. I want you to just be here to have fun. Hey, Kathy. I just want you to have fun. But if you kick a troll out in the meantime, that's fine. That's all that, you know, I asked for. Just kick a troll, whack a troll. But if you could find anything, that would be amazing. But you're here just like everyone else. So don't worry if you can't find anything. I can find stuff after. It's no problem. Okay. I want to put a tiny bit of Parma Violet just to deepen that purple there. Same there. So it's like clear rose. I love colour mixing. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. It just brings me so much joy. Okay, so we've got Parma Violet. And then I'm going to put a touch of it in there as well. It's just a fun. Parma Violet. This one. This one. Okay. And as I said, any of you join in and you want a fun tutorial to go and follow, Lisa Matrokin is doing a great Halloween pumpkin, glowing pumpkin tutorial over on her channel. Yeah, I know, May. That is why, you know, I think quite a lot of people ask you. May, you get asked by so many people because you're so good at it. And now I've got Beth on our team. We're just unstoppable. We've got unstoppable mods here. It's amazing. That's amazing. I've got the dream team. My dream team. I love my mods so much. They know it. Love them, love them, love them. I've had my moderators with me, bless their hearts, for so long, and I'm so happy that Beth Ann was like, yeah, I don't mind. So sweet. They are my dream team. I love them. Love them. Okay, let's go for the clay rose in there. Let's see that. We've got the last bit underneath rib, and then we're done. We just got to do all the finishing touches. So can you see on a whole all the detail? We've got to just enhance that bit at the top, but we will do, and then we'll do a border. But we just got to do underneath here, and look, we've got a sock, edge of a sock, and then we just got to do all the highlights, and then we're done. That's you know, it's been a bit of a long one, but we got there. Let's zoom you back in. They are great mods. They're the best. Right, down by old ribeye here. Let's look. We have some more green. So I'm going to look at a different green. Let's look at the Black Widows. Well, that's why. Then that's done its job then, hasn't it, Beth? It's done its job for you. That's perfect. Okay, let's go for, see, I kind of want to do, yeah, I kind of want to keep with what I've done. I just want to bring in some charcoal green as well. Okay, so if I put charcoal green down as a base, which is in the Scorpions, let's have a look. Let's have a looky. This one I think is charcoal green. Thank you. I'm so happy because people who have been following this and doing this with me, it's been quite a long process for them waiting for me, but that's just because everything's been happening at the same time. But hopefully now we can wrap it up. All right, so we're going to get the charcoal green first, and that's just going to be my base. So it's like a grey green, this one. And then this is still sock. I didn't realise, so I just got to put in some reds for that. But just get our base first, because I can build on that, can't I, with some dark colours. And then, as I said, all the detail next will be what brings it all together. So it's just like any highlights, any shadows, and then the border, and then we're done. We're done on her. I'm so happy we finished her, because we could start something new. Okay, so charcoal green first. So it doesn't have to be neat. It's just a rough base of it. I think we're going to bring some dark elements in. So let's go for... Let's have a look. Let's go for some espresso. Or sepia maybe. Let's have a look. Hold on. They're very similar. Let's go for sepia. Okay, so I'm going to bring some of this in first. So just bring in a touch and like that. And then on the underneath, let's put that there. On the underneath of him, you've got his little bones. So naturally would shadow, wouldn't it? So his head there. Same with this part and here. Let's sort of do that. Okay. And then on the underneath here, I'm not quite sure. I'm still using Black Widows. It's Black Widows and Prismas the entire time. So yeah, we got a mixture of both, Tammy, because some of the things that I can't find in the Black Widows I refer over, or if I prefer a color blend in the Prismas, then I'll go over there. But you know, I'm hopping between them both. I'm incorporating them together, which is what I generally do. Okay, so let's grab my charcoal green again and just blend that out on the edge. Okay, and then again there. Don't want to do it to that part because I'm going to bring in okay, so I want to bring in some Prismacolor, and we have got warm grey again, so I'm not going to do too much. Okay, and on the underneath, just add in a touch in again. So this part might be a bit darker. Just trying to plan this properly. Okay, so it's looking at light and dark, isn't it? I kind of want to interpret it. Let's add a touch into this charcoal green on the underneath. And back to it as well. Okay. Kiddo has been fed. Hi, Helen. Oh, thank you, Diane. I'm glad. I mean, you know, I'm taking you through just how I would do it, that's all. Or how my interpretation. But this is the thing, everyone's got their own unique styles, and that's what I love. And don't change your style, you know, but you can pick up and learn little things that you might not have thought about from somebody else. So I would say that, you know, you've got your own style. Don't ever feel that your, you know, colouring is not good enough, because that's just nonsense. Your colouring is perfect as it is. You just pick up tips and tricks along the way. And yeah, that's what these streams kind of do for me. I don't know about you, but I pick up so much from people where I think, oh, I didn't think of that. Or it is time consuming. But that's what I like about the hobby. Okay, because it takes me away from stuff for however long the time that I spend on a page, and I'm always happy with the result. Most of the time. So that's the part that I like, is the process. I've always said that it's a process. It's like people who draw and put a page together, you know, they might put 40 hours in. And that 40 hours was worth it in the end, because they've got an incredible piece. Okay. We're nearly done. We just got some highlights and shadows and her little sock there. So I'm just going to grab myself I'm just going to grab Scarlet Lake for a second because I forgot those, just to match them up. And Tuscan Red, I'm not putting those on the screen because, you know, it's just, that was my bad. I missed them. And that's that stock. And then now it's looking at if we've got any highlights, lowlights and shadows. So that's it. The page is done. But what I am going to do is just put some shadows now and make sure that all what I need to sort of stand out is standing out. And that's the time to do it. So kind of just, let me look if I've got, yeah. I'm going to grab a red Posca, guys. You don't have this, it's fine. You leave this optional. Give it a good shake. And I'm just going to bring out some hair, just a couple. So I'm just going to. She's got these like wavy bits at the bottom and I just wanted to bring out a couple of those. Okay, let's add in a little extra in. And then with this, just be careful. I'm just going to bring those lines that I had, I'm just going to bring a little bit out. And she's got some of that there, also on her lip, a little bit of blood. And it's the same on him, so I'm just going to add a little touch of the bright red one. So just like little dots of it. That's what I mean, this is just the details. And then on her arm, I might want to add a little bit extra. Okay, so just little details that you can add or not add, you know, it's fine. So if I wanted to enhance a little bit on her cheeks, I'm just going to get my Black Widows. And just add in the final details. So those of you that done this page, has anyone done this page? Not with me, I just mean in general. Did you do yours dark light? Because she just was calling out really bright red. I don't know why. Hey, Amberly. Okay, so I'm just going to get my Blood Diamond, which is in the Cobra set. Scorpion and Cobras. Oops. Okay, it's this one. And I'm just going to bring out some of the red here in her cheeks because I just want it to be a bit brighter because, you know, she is, I've made her into like a bit of a vamp, or a goth fairy, steampunk goth fairy. I just wanted to enhance her cheeks a little. And her lips. Okay, so this is all the little details that I feel like adding after. And you can do this on anything, you know, this is the part I think that's the nice part of a picture because you can always make things stand out that little bit more. Oh yeah, I'm still live. Amber Lee, on my first part, always seems to happen where my thing goes completely wrong and the sound goes. It happens to me all the time. On YouTube, but as I said, it's a free show, so we can't complain. There we go. So I'm just adding a little bit extra to it. So again, I'm just gonna, I'm liking it. Okay, where's Christine's tool? Can you see it sort of brought those lines out? It's got a little bit more on her lips and her cheeks are nice and yeah, it's brought it out, hasn't it? All right, can you, oh, there we go. Can you see that better? It's nice details. And then the cheeks are nice and sort of red flushed. Her lips are red flushed and her eyes have got some detail. Can you see the little veins in her eyes? Take care, Eva. So it's all kind of wrapping up, right? And then as you come down, you've got more red into the joints where she's got this tiny little sort of detailing and stitching. And then the same with this part of her. She's got some more sort of detail stitch going on there. So it's all in the detail. And then obviously he's got blood on him now. He's been a bit savage. A bit savage. Okay, and then what I was going to do on the outside is just go with a black border. I mean, if I did that on stream, it just might be a bit too, you know, long. But if you're doing it with me, I always wrap it up like this. I wrap it up with a border. Just that one is like that, just a black border. Just put some mark around it and it'll frame it. It'll make it all nice. Okay, any more shading? I'm just having a look. So if you get your black, this is your time. Just grab your black. So you can kind of just put a little bit of a shadow on the underneath. And again, this is just your part to kind of sit back, have a look. What do you want to change about it? Is there anything? Might not be. You know, just add your little dimensions on. Yeah, okay. So I'm pretty happy that I'm okay with the, you know, the results. So I don't really need to change too much. If I want to add enhance and just make that a bit deeper. This is just black and white now. And Connie's not streaming today for anyone that was waiting. So if you usually hop on over to Connie after me, she's not streaming today, guys. So just to let you know. Okay. Now with, oh no, still with black, still with black, still with black. Don't go from your black yet. Just gonna, on his underneath of the ribs, I'm just gonna make sure that they stand out a bit more. So, you know, like the gaps in between. There we go. Much better. So just these little gaps, you can kind of just make those stand out. So there's another gap there. Another gap. Just make them darker. Just so they like stand out a little bit. Thanks, Bridget. Take care, sweet. I'm almost done. I'm just going to wrap up the final details. Thanks for coming. And we'll do something completely different on the next stream because we've wrapped this up. We've wrapped up both pages. We did the wolf gout and now we've done this. So we're on a roll. We've done it. We've done it. We got there. We got there. I like to finish them off though. I hate that feeling of not, and I've done that a lot in the past. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my cream. Oh my gosh, you should see my table. Can't find anything that's in front of me kind of thing, you know? Okay, found it. So we just need the cream a second. I'm just going to add a hint of that. There we go. Just bring a hint in. Quite happy with it. Just making sure that his, as I want him. Let's get 30% warm grey. Where are you? You're in front of me somewhere. There you are. Okay. There we go. It just adds a little bit more. It's just something where I have to fiddle until I'm happy. These little fingers as well. There we go. I'm done. Still, yeah, I'm still here. I'm done those two. Look. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Do you want to see? Hold on. Hold on. I don't know if it will lift. Sorry about my. Look at that. Look over there. It's crazy. Christine. It's a Christine tool. She'll tell you. She gifted it. It's amazing. Like, it is such an amazing little tool. Look, it just shows everything. It is organised chaos. I'm fine with it. I don't mind. I don't like the clean up after, but you know, it does all. Oh, that went out too thick. it has sometimes a bit too much on it. Yes, it is one of those things. I love it whilst I'm doing it, and then the cleanup after is, yeah. I know, same here, Karen. It's like this every time. I just put everything beside me, and then I think, oh no, I've got to put that all away now. You know, I've got to put it all away. I think it's okay. I don't think I need to make any more amendments. Just make sure these are completely okay. I'm just making sure with the metal. There we go. All right, I'm done with her. And I will put a frame around her in black marker. You just grab a black alcohol marker because the back has got nothing. So don't worry, just put some sheets of card. But that is her result. I'm really happy with her. There's a lot of work in this. So it is all pencil. We got there in the end. It's all complete pencil, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how she came out. So that's her. The eyes have the most detail. You know, we got there. I'm quite happy with the result. If you turn it to the side as well, you can see her a bit clearer. The eyes are what I'm really happy with because they're quite realistic and expressive, and there's so much detail in them as well. So yeah, really happy with that. And next time we'll start a new page, but we've got some Halloween elements to do as well. So I can't promise for Thursday. I'm hoping, if it depends on Tilly. Oh, she's back on her gym, bless her. I really, really want to do some Halloween elements with you. I've done one on an upload, which was the tombstone, if you've gone and seen that. In the meantime, you do have the autumn elements that I've done, and there's one more part to do, which is all prepared. We just have to film it. So just bear with me. As I said, I'm in and out, but I'm trying to get back to just streaming if I can. But if at any time that I can't, you know why. It's nothing else. I'm fine. I'm not going anywhere. I'm fine. So if there's any events coming up, do let people know to get stuck into, because I know that I'm just wanting to just dive into everything. I loved it as well, Zelia. I loved the result. I was surprised that they came out the way they did. I didn't expect it. But yeah, we'll come back and I'll prepare some autumn elements and some Halloween elements for the month. They'll be up by the end of the month. In the meantime, I'm going to pick another page. Is there any votes beforehand? Because I'll see what I can do. If not, I will just pick my own because, yeah. No, Azari, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. But yeah, I really want to do something fun. And I mean, I always pick something that I like. But the last 3 or 4 pages have been by a vote. So I might just pick. But if there's anything, do request it in the comments. Oh, you're welcome, and thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully, I'll be here Saturday, but hopefully, I'm planning to, you know, work behind the backgrounds on stuff. Thank you. No, thank you so much. And Natalie, I've not forgotten the line. I'll email you about that in the week, by the end of the week. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Amber Lee. Mandy, thank you so much. Michelle, Pat, Kathy, Beth Ann, all of you. Yes, I do. I do have that. Thank you so much, Starbuck. And I hopefully will see you on my next stream for those of you that can make it. Until then, I'll see you around in other people's. Have an amazing day and take care, everyone. Lots of love, and I'll see you soon. Bye.